I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game, and it's free. Click the link down there. You got it.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. It is a breezy, windy day. I usually don't wear a hoodie, but I'm wearing one today. But anyway, this video, today I want to talk about college majors. I had someone ask me, Dre, they asked me on Snapchat actually. If you're on Snap, so I just told you I was breezy, right on time. If you're on Snap, hit me at Dre Baldwin. I do read and reply to Snap. So someone said, Dre, what is the best major that I should focus in order to position myself to get the best possible job when I get out of college? Well, this is a tough question to answer, and I can't directly tell someone what major to major in right now in order to get your best job out of college for several reasons. Number one, I do not follow the job market. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have a job, so I don't follow the job market. So I couldn't give you any inside information on that, but you can Google that stuff on Forbes.com, all these websites that talk about the job market and talk about students and millennials. You can look that stuff up and they'll find it yourself, or whatever they call the young people these days whenever you happen to come across this video. Another reason why I couldn't really give you a direct, specific answer to that question is, if you're going into college right now, I'm recording this video in 2017, if you're going into college right now, by the time you graduate, let's say it's 2020 or 21 or 22, listen, the job market may be completely different then from what it is right now. So what you major in right now may not matter by the time you get the degree in that exact same thing. So that may be a reason to be kind of, I don't know, in peril for you college students, maybe looking at it like, damn, I don't even know if my major is going to be worth anything. Listen, a lot of college students have faced that issue, me included. And the thing is, with the job market, you don't know what's going to be available. There are jobs that are going to become available after you graduate from college, or between now and when you graduate, that don't even exist right now. And there are jobs that exist right now where the money may be excellent right now. I don't know what he meant by the best job. He didn't say the highest paying job. He just said the best job, where the opportunity may be great right now in 2017, but it will be terrible by the time you get out of college. Maybe there won't even be an opportunity. Maybe that job won't even exist anymore. And there are jobs that don't exist that will exist. Maybe you'll decide you want to become an entrepreneur. So what is the best major to major in order to get the best job is not necessarily the best question. However, I am going to give you 4 things that all of you students, I don't care if you're in middle school, high school, or college, need to major in order to position yourself to have the best possible life. Okay, these are the 4 things you need to major in to position yourself to have the best possible life. I don't care if you're going to run a business. I don't care if you're trying to play in the NBA. I don't care if you're going to just live off your parents for the rest of your life in the basement. I don't care if you're trying to get the best job in the world, become a lawyer, doctor, it doesn't matter. Anything you're going to do for the rest of your life, you major in these 4 things. These 4 things are essential. They are pivotal to you having the best possible life. You want to know what those 4 things are? Great. I'm going to tell you exactly what they are. Here's the number 1 thing you must major in. You must major in personal development. You know what personal development is? Personal development is any time, money, effort, energy, or attention you invest into making yourself a more valuable person. That means making yourself smarter, making yourself know more people, making yourself wiser. That means gaining experience. That means knowing more information for your specific area of life. So just knowing a bunch of information in general is not worth anything, but knowing more information for your area. For example, if you repair iPhone screens every day, or you fix broken video cameras, or you fix swimming pools, or you grow palm trees, if the more information you know about that specific area, the more valuable you are, because you can help more people, you can provide more value to other people, and people will pay you more money for that. Maybe you can write a book on it. Maybe you can be a speaker. Maybe you can be a coach or a consultant. Maybe you'll just get more customers and more business because you know more information. So personal development, again, let me tell you what personal development is. It is when you invest time, money, effort, energy, and attention into making yourself a more valuable person. That can be through your knowledge. It can be through your experience. It can be through the people you know. It can be through the people who know you. It can be through where your name is known at. Personal development. So that means reading books, watching YouTube videos, not all YouTube videos, because some of them is not personal development, but something like mine, these are personal development. Listen to the Work on Your Game podcast is personal development. Reading my books, personal development. Going to a seminar, going to a conference, investing your time and money in that. Hiring yourself a coach, or finding yourself a mentor, joining a mastermind group. All of this stuff is personal development because it is an investment you're making into making yourself a more valuable person in general. You understand? That's the number 1 thing you must major in if you're going to have a great life. I don't care what you do. Number 2, you got to major in relationships. Number 2 thing you major in is relationships. Whatever you want to do in life, wherever you want to go, is going to involve other people. If you start your own business, you're going to need employees. You're going to need people working with you. And if you're running a business, the only way you have a business is if you have customers and clients, people who are paying money for your product or service. Meaning you need to build relationships with these people so that they keep coming back to your business and they tell other people about your business. If you don't want to start a business, say you just want to get a job. Maybe you want to play in the NFL, you want to play Major League Baseball, you want to play in the NBA, you want to be a drug dealer. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do, you're going to have to deal with other people to be successful. So building relationships is super important. Now, how can you start doing this? Let me go back to number one. How can you start doing these things while you're in college? Because I said these are majors. These are not after school. These are during school. Number one, if you're in college for personal development, start reading books that are not required by your teachers. Go to a seminar. Go to a conference. When those speakers come to your college campus to come talk about their lives or their experience or whatever, even if it's someone you think you're not interested in, go to it and hear what they're talking about. See what they're doing. Because what you need to understand is that the person who's on stage speaking at a college, they did something at some level of success that caused them to come to that school and speak. Somebody said, we want you to come speak to our students because you've achieved this, or you represent this, or you have this level of success. They've done something that made people come and hire them to come speak there. You understand? So go find out what that person's talking about, even if you may not be interested in that person. Again, reading books, listening to audio tapes, listening to podcasts. College students, you may have a whole lot of downtime. You might not have much discretionary income. I know I didn't when I was a student. So again, look at all the free stuff you got on your hands these days. You got YouTube videos, you have podcasts. Books don't cost that much money. You can get all of my books for less than you pay for your textbooks for your class. It's outdated, dusty textbooks with useless information. So that's on number one, how you can start doing that now. For number two, building relationships. How can you start doing that while you're in college? Go make yourself some damn friends. I can tell from my own experience. When I was in college, I played on the basketball team. I knew all the basketball players. I knew the people who was around the basketball players. I knew the girls who liked the basketball players. But I didn't really go outside of that circle too much, outside of, partying and the people who went to the same parties that I went to, which was people who were like me. But if I was to go back and I was to follow my own advice that I'm giving you now, that I didn't know when I was in college, I would go and meet more people in other circles. I go meet the people who, the math nerds. I go meet the people who were in the science lab. I go meet the people who didn't go to my parties, but they went to different types of parties. People who followed other sports. I would try to know some people in every pocket of the campus, every different area of the community. And the more people you know, the more power you have. Power means influence. Influence is your ability to get things done. And you can't always do everything yourself, but if you know people who can get things done and you have a relationship with them, they can get it done on your behalf. They call that networking, right? And when you don't know the right people and can't get things done, we call it politics. But it's the exact same thing. And I have a video on YouTube where I talk about that in detail. So start building relationships. Start meeting new people. Get them to know you. Get them to like you. Get them to trust you. And you got to feel the same way about them. That's how you start building relationships. So we got number one and number two. Number one, personal development. Number two, building relationships. Number three thing you got to major in college to have a great, healthy, successful life. You got to major in leadership. Major in leadership. What is leadership? Leadership is taking control. Leadership is taking initiative. Leadership is putting yourself in a position where there's at least one other person besides you listening to you and following your lead, and you get the experience being that person on top. Maybe you have no idea how to lead. Maybe you think you're unqualified to lead. Maybe you think you're not skilled enough yet. You don't know enough yet. You didn't read enough books on leadership yet. I get it. I've heard all the excuses, and yes, those are excuses. You need to start leading right now. Okay, you might not be qualified to be a college student, but you're still there. You're going to have to figure it out as you go along. Sink or swim. That's what Kobe Bryant says. Someone asked Kobe, what was it like your first year in the NBA? He says, sink or swim. You either survive or you die, but you got to figure it out along the way. You don't know you're qualified till you start actually doing it. So leadership. Go join a volunteer club. Start your own volunteer club. You could be the leader of the club because you're the one that started it. You're the leader by default. Become the leader on your sports team. Become a leader in your classroom. All the classes that you take in college, I know there's a lot of them. I went to college. They're going to put you in a group eventually. There's going to be some kind of group project you're going to do at least 5-6 times over your minimum 4 years of college, right? Or maybe 3 or 2, depending on how fast you go through it. You're going to have group projects. Be the leader of your group. Decide, hey, I'm going to lead this project, or just take the lead. You don't have to even announce that you're the leader, but just take the lead. Say, all right, you do this, I'm going to do this, and we're going to do it this way. Take the lead when you see the opportunity to take the lead. And understand what I'm saying here with this phrase, take the lead. Don't wait to be given the lead. Don't ask for the lead. Don't hope for the lead. You must take the lead. Leadership, ladies and gentlemen, is taken. It is not given. You have to take the lead. So the third thing you're going to major in is leadership. So, and I just told you how to do that. And the fourth thing, and let me actually go back to number 3 and tell you why that matters for life. Because the leaders are the people whose names we know. The leaders are the people who blaze new trails. The leaders are the people who seize initiative and do something new, and then everybody else comes in and follows behind them after they started something new. The leaders are the ones who make the most money. The leaders are the ones who get all the glory when the organization wins. They get the blame when they lose, but when they win, it more than makes up for all the times that they lose. So if that's who you plan on being in life, that leader, then you need to start leading right now. What's the fourth thing you need to major in college? So we got personal development, relationships, leadership. Fourth thing is you got to major in trying things out so you can find out what the hell you're good at, what the hell you like, and what the hell you got game at. You have to major in trying things out. Sticking your toes in different waters, like the water in this pool or the jacuzzi that you can't see. You got to major in trying things out so you can find out, again, number 1, what do you like? What do you actually enjoy? What are you most, based on who you are as a person, the type of person you are, your character, your personality, what most fits you, and what do you most fit? You got to find that out by trying stuff out. And you may think you already know what you like. You might think, well, basketball, that's the thing that I love. That's what I'm gonna do for a living. And there are so many players, athletes, who think they're gonna become a professional athlete at their sport, but there aren't enough jobs for all of them to become professionals. You need to try other things out when you're not playing ball. I'm not telling you to quit ball. I'm not telling you to cut back on your sport. But during the time that you're not playing that sport, go try some other things out so you can see, because we know that being an athlete doesn't last forever. Your career may be, let's just say 10 years, 20 years if you're one of the greatest of all time. If you're the average, then you're looking at 3 to 5 years, maybe even not that much. So what are you going to do with the rest of your life? How are you going to provide value, provide for yourself, and take care of your family? Go find out what else you like. Find out what else you could use, or what else you could use with your skills. What else do you have game at already? What are you already skilled at that you could already be excelling in and giving a whole lot of value in right now? You got to try things out to know that answer. So why does that matter for the rest of your life? I just pretty much explained that. And how you can do that in college? Listen, college is the best time for you to do this. College is the best area in life, the best situation you can be in to try a bunch of different things out to find out what you like. Because when you're in college, everything is concentrated in one specific area. It could be the biggest campus in the world, but it's a campus. It's one big community where everything's at. You can find anything. You can go to any office and ask them, yo, where do I find this? Where can I find somebody who does that? You got an advisor who will help you out and tell you these things. You got all those students walking around campus who are doing these things, who are open to you because y'all are at least part of the same community. Even if you never met before, you could be from different areas of the world, but y'all have one thing in common, and it is that you're part of that same community. And for the most part, it doesn't cost you any money to try anything. There is no better situation for you to try things out than in college. Yes, you can try things out outside of college. You can go to meetups and networking events, but those cost money. They're spread out, and people are much less open to you because they don't have any reason to be connected to you. But in college, everybody's connected, at least by the fact that you go to the same college. If nothing else, just by that one thread. So that's the fourth thing that you need to major in to be successful in life, to answer that young man's question who sent me that snap. So let me recap these 4 things. You're going to major in to have the most successful life possible. And again, it doesn't matter what you do, where you go, who you are, where you're from, your age, your gender, nationality, your religion. You major in these 4 things, this will help you have a more successful life. Number 1, major in personal development. Make yourself a more valuable person every single day. Number 2, major in building relationships. Know more people, have more people know you, have them like you, and have them trust you. Number 3, major in leadership. Take control of situations, put yourself at the head of the table, tell other people what to do, be in charge, get used to the experience. Number 4, major in trying things out. Learn what you like, learn what you're good at, learn what you're not good at, see what's out there and available to you. So many people limit themselves in life because they don't even know what's available to them because they never open their eyes and look. They go in the same circles with the same people, go the same path every single day, never even know what was available to them if they had just looked. Use the time that you're in college to start doing this. Major in those 4 things, and I guarantee you, you will have a much more successful life than you would have if you didn't do these 4 things. And you can thank me later. You get a free diploma from Work on Your Game University. DreAllDay.com.